silence does not equal peace. Silence does not equal peace. Now, Jesus, before his crucifixion and death, is once again in the Gospel of John with his disciples. And he's trying to encourage them and let them know that even though he is leaving, which they don't understand why, that everything will be okay. And he says, "Peace I give to you, my own peace I leave with you." Now, the word peace there that Jesus is using is a word that's very familiar to our Jewish brothers and sisters. It's the word shalom. So if you ever see them, our neighbors right here, it's totally appropriate as a hello to say shalom. But what kind of peace exactly is Jesus talking about? Jesus is not talking about the kind of peace that comes from a lack of conflict. Jesus is not talking about the kind of peace that comes from having no problems. Jesus is talking about shalom, which is the presence of God in such a way, in such an unshakable way, that nothing can disturb that peace within us. When Jesus talks about shalom, he's talking about a sense of completeness, a sense of wholeness in our lives, that we know it when we feel it, and we know it when we've lost it. So if we're ever not feeling peace, we know what that feels like. And when we are in the presence of God, when we are in the presence of Christ, and we feel that peace, we know more than anything, we want to just hold on to it. That's why it's the peace that Jesus gives, not the peace the world gives. When Jesus says, talking about the peace of the world, he's talking about that false peace. The one that says, relax, even though the presence of God is not there. And so I get asked very often, how do I achieve that peace? How do I get that peace that Jesus is talking about? And it says, well, there's a very complicated and often intimidating spiritual practice that we're asked to take on to achieve that peace. And I don't want to alarm you, but it's a spiritual practice that has befuddled saints all the way from the beginning, and even popes and archbishops of Canterbury struggle with it. It's called prayer.